Really happy for everybody involved in Marquette basketball, our players, our staff, our fans, our students. I really felt like we needed to win tonight to honor George. If we were going to make it George Thompson night, we couldn't lose. But I didn't want to turn that into an avoidance goal. So we kept it focused on what our team needs to go after. Baylor's a heck of an offensive team, and I thought our guys in the first half set a great tone, just getting our hands on the basketball. When you go into a game and the game is bigger in the minds of your players than anything else, to me, that's the best recipe for winning. And it should be that way all the time, but human nature sometimes messes with that. But I thought we had that going for us tonight. We got a lot of contributions from a lot of different guys. I thought our guys passed the ball really, really well, shared the basketball. So I'm just happy for everyone involved with our program.
Shaka, that 23-2 run right at the beginning of the first half, seemed like the defense was leading to offense and vice versa. What did you like about the way your team was playing during that stretch?
Deflections. That was the biggest thing. We were getting our hands on the basketball. We emphasize deflections as much as anything in our program. And 32 is very, very hard to get against an offensive team like Baylor. We had 40-something on Saturday against Chicago State. That's easier to do than it is against the guards that Baylor had. But I thought in the first half we did a great job getting our hands on the basketball, turning defense into offense. I believe we had 24 points off turnovers in the first half, which was huge. I mean, watching them play against the teams they've played up to this point, this was an uncharacteristic game for them. Over the course of the season, everybody goes through a game like that. But all I can really focus on is the job that our guys did. And I'm proud of Omax. I'm proud of Cam. I'm proud of Sean, Chase, Stevie for taking on the challenge of defending some really, really good guards. They've got as good a backcourt as there is. 36 or 38. More than 32. That's all I care about. We get 32 deflections and 8 kills. We actually needed to get a kill in the last round to get to 8, and we did. It's just a point of pride for us. It's 5 games in a row now that we've done that, and I appreciate even the game was decided by then, but our guys had a level of pride. They wanted to get to that number.
That first half, the defensive performance in the first half, is that as well as y'all have played on defense in your 2 years, would you think, or not?
Well, I think it was as well as we've played relative to the opponent. We've had other halves where we've played really, really well, but, watching Baylor on tape, they have a championship pedigree to them, and those guards, a couple years ago when I was at Texas, we played against Davion Mitchell, Maceo Teague, and Jared Butler, and Flagler and Cryer were young guards on that team. And, man, those guys, Flagler and Cryer, they've really learned from those older guys that moved on when they won a national championship, and they've kind of become them. And so we were really concerned coming into the game just defending them. What they did in the second half, I mean, that's who they are. The way they shot the ball, those guys are really, really dangerous from outside. We wanted to limit their three-point attempts, and for them to only get 8 off in the first half was a big deal for us. That was a win for us. They were 3 for 8 from 3 in the first half.
I know you haven't been here a while, but this is your highest-ranked win against any team in your 2 years at Marquette. Just how big is that for the program moving forward, and just for you personally as well, getting your 3rd win over Baylor?
It's just a big win for our team to step forward because, up until tonight, we'd played 7 games. The 2 best teams we played, we came up short against. We felt like we were in those games, in position to go grab those games, and we didn't. And we felt like we had some young guys that just needed to grow and develop and still do. But, these are games that – a game like tonight, guys will have that experience and they have that in their pocket and they can understand what goes into success. And then again, like I said, it's a great lesson. Again, I can't speak for Baylor. I don't know. I know I know they've played some big-time teams to this point, and I know they have an opponent that's as good as anyone coming up next. For our guys, this game was bigger than any other fill in the blank in their minds, and that's a real recipe for winning.
Coach, Cam, Jop, and Omax had 63 of the combined 96 points here tonight. What can you just speak about their performance, able to carry the team maybe on their back, but just being able to feel themselves and have success on that court tonight?
Well, Cam and Jop are effortless scorers, and it's probably always going to be a fight between me and them because those guys are like, just let me rock out. And I'm like, play defense, rock out on that end. And those two guys are just, they roll out of bed scoring. And for them to have 20 and 19 points, not surprising. They're capable of doing that. I get mad at Cam, when he does some boneheaded things. But he's just a gifted scorer. These guys are sophomores. And the interesting thing about him is your sophomore year, the growth is all about humility. Can you have the humility to understand, I got to keep learning and keep figuring it out. I don't have it all figured out yet. And those guys are smack dab in the middle of that process. Omax is a year older than them, and I think he understands college basketball a little bit more than them just from having done it an extra year. I thought he did a great job attacking and getting in the paint, getting some easy baskets for himself, and then he was ready to shoot when the ball found him, took some great looks from outside, and he's just such a huge domino for us because right now the way he's playing, he's a great two-way player, offense and defense. Last year he was one of our better defenders, but right now, he affects our team in a positive way as much or more than anybody.
On offense, you seem to spread them out and to counteract their size and create passing lanes for Tyler and Oso and just attack the paint, like you said. How much was that part of the plan tonight?
Well, the biggest thing we wanted to make sure that we did was got good spacing and good movement and multiple actions. We felt like they had a couple guys that were terrific defenders on the ball that might be tough to deal with. We felt like we could maybe attack some other guys on their team, so we wanted to put some of those other guys in some actions. I thought our guys did a good job of that in the first half. And then they shared the ball. Our guys shared the ball. They found each other. They made the extra pass. It was nice to see Benny Gold knock down that three. He's very capable of that. The great thing about tonight is all three of our freshmen went in and played significant minutes and had significant impacts on the game. And so for those guys to get that experience in a game like this against an opponent like this is something that'll pay dividends down the road.
Tyler tied his career high for assists. He also had 4 steals tonight. What did you just think of how he was initiating the offense? It seemed like Baylor was kind of playing his pass also a little bit the second half. What did you just think of that?
Well, teams are playing him to pass, and he's still getting assists. I think what he's doing really, really well is he's attacking on the dribble and – still finding a way to force help and then finding a teammate. What he's going to see pretty soon here is less and less help. They're going to get to the point where they just damn near let him lay it up because he's so dangerous finding the open man. I think that the thing that he's doing better is, being ready to shoot. I thought it was a great pass. I believe it was Jop. We threw the ball in the post out of an out-of-bounds play and then skipped it opposite to Tyler, and he shot it in. Anytime our other guys can create an open three for Tyler, that's